My name is Amber Reed, R-E-I-D, birthday 12/27/90. I'm turning 32, but like I'm almost positive my like mental age, like my brain is stuck at 17. I'm actually starving, so okay, yes, I troll. Whatever, Trollin has entered the chat. I'm totally fine with a clickbait title because you guys know I love me a clickbait title. You're not paying attention to your health, you don't care about your health, you don't care about your body, you want to die, you could have ate healthy, you chose not to, do you really need to go on vacation, you need to buy health insurance instead. I just don't want to hear it.
No one cares!
Hey guys, Grüße aus Deutschland, greetings from Germany on this Sunday afternoon. I wasn't actually going to do another video this weekend, but yesterday, for those of you that don't know, all of a sudden Miss Amber went live without any ahead warning, and after 2 hours 15 minutes 50 seconds, shortly thereafter Destiny went live. And so they're going back and forth, and guys, I gotta tell you, I'm not much for, you know, celebrity gossip and all of that, and I'm thinking what these two ladies are doing now could be booked into the category what people do for money. It's airing dirty laundry. It should not be in, you know, should not be done in public, but they both want the YouTube coin, and so they're throwing mud at each other, and it's just disgusting. So what I did is I took Amber's live stream, and out of over 2 hours, 2 hours 15 minutes 50 seconds, I made about 50 minutes, and that is without my commentary. So I'm thinking, let's just get going, right? I did only the highlights, what appeared the highlights to me, or where I felt I have something to say to that. And in between you have the TV static, and so you know when a clip ends.
Can you address what Destiny has said? So Destiny has said a lot, and I don't even know where to begin. So you guys can just ask me like individual questions. Why have I blocked reactors on Instagram lately? Because I am just blocking anyone with ill intent, anyone who uses my social media as a way to twist my words or
her social media. She's a public presence on the internet. My social media.
or monetize what I'm saying. Like,
well, you are on the internet exploiting it and monetizing it. Why shouldn't other people do the same?
my Instagram Q&As are meant to be just like fun, and I did stop
No, they're not, because you get really bitter in your answers.
doing them for like a week now because they were just getting really heavy, and I really want them to be just like light, something fun for me to do.
That is so delusional.
She's not answering the important questions. I am willing to literally answer anything that has to do with me. If it has to do with anyone like around me, then I'm not
Like Destiny?
going to answer it.
And yet she did.
How is therapy going? Therapy is going good.
Well,
I have 2 more appointments before I get to 12. Well, I have 11
see the doping delight on her face?
and 12. And then I'm going to keep going.
Oh, all of a sudden she keeps going, when in the last video I pointed out that she said twice that she is done with therapy. Okay.
Destiny's mom hit you. Yes. Yes. It's not even just like she hit me, like she attacked me. And, you know, this is something that like I obviously never told YouTube because I feel like there are certain things that you keep off of the internet.
Like, for example, bleeding from the lady parts for 2.5 years, or pooping your pants, or choking on a potato. Where do you draw the line?
And there's a lot of personal things that Destiny has shared and
Just like you did over the years.
I don't think that's okay
You even showed her half naked. What are you talking about?
because I haven't shared anything personal that I've shared about Destiny, especially while in a relationship with her. I got permission.
No, you did not. That is a lie.
Um, I was not disrespecting her mom. I could actually tell you guys the whole story of what happened.
By the way, she still hasn't realized that the camera is on her. She's talking directly to the comments, not even the commenters, because they're not physically sitting there, but she's talking at the screen where she sees the comments.
If you would like me to. And I know people are going to choose to believe the more entertaining story.
Look, Destiny is not entertaining and her story is not entertaining. People tend to believe the person that has not lied nonstop for this many years.
The side that makes me look like the bad guy, which is totally fine.
If I was you, would ask myself the question why that is.
But I feel like because this whole situation has been so heavy, I feel like it's only like it's important that I also get my side out.
Why do you feel that the situation is so heavy? Because it implicates you with things that we've known about you for years, and Destiny only confirms them. Plus, Destiny and her mom are not the only ones. Casey and his mom also confirmed the same thing. So, why are you acting so surprised? And this is heavy because you don't identify with what you do and say? That would be my guess.
And I do want to say, even before I share this story, that me and Destiny's mom, her name is Mendy. So I'm
So there's a personal information you shouldn't have shared because Destiny didn't.
going to say her name.
And you shouldn't have.
Me and Mendy got really, really close after me and Destiny broke up. And, you know, she wanted me to move in with her and she loved me as her daughter. Like, something that really like hit home for me is like Destiny found after Mendy passed away, Destiny found a video on Mendy's phone, like a private video that she took saying how like I'm like a daughter to her. And y'all, my heart like literally broke. And
It literally broke. Maybe you had a stroke that day too. By now, I guess you've had a couple.
so the story I am about to tell you, very much in the past, very much like it's something that I healed from, but now I feel like these things are coming back and I'm feeling like re-triggered, like the trauma is happening all over again. And it has been really, really freaking hard. But the situation where her mom did get violent with me, it I feel like there needs to be a little bit of backstory. Destiny has been very open about her mom being an alcoholic, so it's not something that I am just saying because, like I said, I'm not going to say anything personal about anyone that either hasn't already been said or is
Destiny's mom's name hadn't been mentioned. You just took that up on you to share that with the public.
isn't about me because that's not my thing. So Destiny's mom would drink a lot of alcohol, a lot. And something that everyone around Destiny's mom would notice is that when she would do that, she would act.
I'm guessing irate. And that also makes me wonder, why did these two young ladies feel that it's a good idea to move in with a full-blown alcoholic that acts that way every time they get drunk?
See, I don't want to say anything rude because I love her mom so freaking much. She would just act
Crazy,
see, I can't even
violent.
I don't have a word for it, but for the lack of a better word or term, she would take out a lot of her anger on me. And that's something that Destiny noticed, people around her noticed, and I accepted it for a long time. I would ignore it.
For a long time. They lived in that house for about 3 months, so a long time, okay.
I would do the best that I could to ignore it.
By the way, Amber just realized that the camera lens is in front of her.
I would leave the room, etc., etc. But there comes a time where someone does want to stick up for themselves. And I tried to stick up for myself a few times. So this one example was me and Destiny were sitting in the kitchen, the dining room table, and we were talking about work. And this is when we were both training to work at a place called Source HOV, which was data entry, which I absolutely loved. And we had to train for 8 weeks. And this was around maybe like the 7th week or so. I was saying how like I love the job. I enjoy it. It's fun. But I remember saying like YouTube is also important to me, and it's something that I would love to do. So if I was weighing out my options, and Mendy was in the living room. And
before she goes on, this was one of the key moments in Amber's life where she could have said, no, sitting on my butt and eating, that's not going to do my health or my weight any good. And so I think it's better to keep a regular job so that I don't get too overweight or too much more overweight. And the path she chose, we see sitting in front of us.
And she heard me and Destiny talk, and she got upset with what I was saying. And she was saying how she didn't agree with me doing YouTube and didn't think that I should do it and didn't want me to stay at home and just like gain all this weight and all this stuff.
I absolutely agree. I would have said the same.
And at the time, because of everything else that had happened with me and Mendy prior to this incident, I felt myself just like my emotions, I exploded and I just started crying. And I said, this is none of your business. And thinking back now,
that's weird. I mean, not to take away from the story, but her telling Destiny's mom that it's none of her business. Sure, everybody needs to live their lives the way they see fit. But she was living in Destiny's mom's house, And if somebody decides, hey, I'm just not going to accept this job, I'm not going to go to a regular job, I have no guarantees whether or not I can contribute to this household financially, but I'm going to go for just holding a camera in my face and see if people want to watch it. That is Destiny's mom's business, or was.
Like, if none of these like incidences before that would have happened, me and Mendy could have had like a good discussion. We could have sat and we could have talked about
with a full-blown alcoholic. I doubt it.
But I remember, because of everything else, it was like the straw that broke the camel's back, or it was like, it was like that one last drop in a cup that just made it overfill. And
yeah, maybe she had enough of your laziness and not wanting to move, not wanting to contribute, not wanting to help around the household. Maybe the cup was full on her side.
Et cetera, et cetera. So I said, this is kind of like up to me, because during that time, me and Destiny were actually looking for a place to live, because I did not want to stay living there, because every night I would come home from work and her mom would be drunk and she would just be irate at everything and anything, and she would take it out on me.
Okay, that sucks, and this is where I have to side with Amber. That does suck. I used to be with somebody that turned out to be a full-blown alcoholic, on verbal collision course every time they were, or he was, it was my first husband, when he was drunk. And that is not easy. When you get home from work and you don't know what happened, because they probably got home an hour before you and already downed a bottle of whiskey or whatever, so that can't be easy.
And several times, Destiny and her siblings, they would get very mad at Mendy because of the way that she would act while drinking. So I remember when I said, this isn't up to you, this is up to me, whatever it may be, Mendy got really mad. And she said, you know what, then I want you to leave. She was like kicking me out. I remember she went all the way upstairs. She started grabbing my perfume, and I think she threw like 2 down the stairs. 2.
Okay, uncalled for, and I have to tell you guys and enjoy it while it lasts because I hardly ever say this. I think she's actually telling the truth. I think that woman did go upstairs and start packing Amber's stuff.
My perfumes, and I started screaming because it's like I felt so much trauma. This was very much like, wow, okay, so this is how my dad used to act. And I think I
I get that.
was just like, it was so much, and it was all because I was just sitting there with Destiny, like expressing that, like, you know, I get to outweigh, like, do I want to do YouTube, or do I want to do this job, or do I want to do both?
It wasn't outweighing. What you did was basically stating already that you're not gonna do the job, but that you wanna sit on your ass and film yourself and see if people watch it. That was it.
It was such a simple conversation that I was having with my partner, and there was already so much animosity.
Because you had been lazy before. It came off in the videos, Amber. There's no need to hide it because it's documented on your channel.
In that home, and I was trying so hard to move, and I wanted to move. And long story short, I said something that I can't remember. If Destiny can remember, I would love for her to share that. But I think I blacked out. It felt like I did, because the next thing I knew, Mendy was running down the stairs, and then she started like literally punching me, slapping me, and I remember falling to the ground.
You must have said something then.
And she got a K cup, which was metal, and it was pretty big, and she was hitting me over the head with it. I did not touch her.
By the way, it wasn't a K cup, it was a K cup holder. Amber.
I did not hit her. I did not disrespect her in the way that, like, I feel like a lot of people probably thought.
Because you must have said something for her to come running downstairs. By the way, I don't get, if she was going upstairs and start packing your stuff, why didn't you go upstairs and try to stop her? I don't know, maybe that's not a good idea, but that's something I would have done. You know, like confront the person, say, what are you doing? You know.
It was so many times I would come home and just felt, I was terrified to come home.
I get that. I can totally relate.
So it was that day when because she was emotionally and mentally abusing me. So it was that day where it became physical, where I said, Destiny, we need to move. I don't think I've ever found a place to move that quick in my life. So that is when we moved into the townhome. Things happened in the past that, like, I wanted to stay there, and I didn't want anyone to know.
But then why did you broadcast them on your channel, Amber? When you needed the money the most, or one of those times when you thought you could pull a fast one on your audience and just lie and clickbait and monetize the drama in your life? Why did you think it was a good idea then, and you don't think anymore it's a good idea now, while you are still clickbaiting and monetizing everything that you feel would get you the views? Do you think we're dumb?
People always think that, like, I was using my channel as a way to, like, air everyone's dirt. And
that is part of the reason, but the number one reason is you could tell how much money it takes to feed yourself because you're overeating every single day. And so you had to get the views, and so you had to stir the pot, you had to stir the drama and lie, you know, make yourself feel like or seem like a better person. You did that since the beginning of your channel.
Tell everyone's personal information.
Well, you did. You even showed your ex-girlfriend half naked several times, even on the toilet. You were ruthless when it came to that.
Just to monetize it, and it was never like that.
It was always like that from the get-go.
Anything that I ever shared about Destiny was because she gave me permission,
No, you did not ask her permission if you could film her half naked.
or and Destiny coming on here acting like I've never seen any of these videos. Like, it's so crazy. Like, why would she say some of these things? Like, it's just straight up lies.
But then if that is straight up lies, how come Destiny and you were never sitting there looking at, let's say you're filming yourself, right? And you're showing you and Destiny sitting there editing a video together. You never did that. You never mentioned that you are editing videos together. And so I'm assuming that you put a lot of clips on the internet, including Becky and now Wipey, but there's hardly anything to see, where they don't know that you do it. And you cannot tell me that they were informed about every clip and you had their permission to post it every single time. Nope.
And it's just like,
I mean, you even filmed strangers at Walmart and Target and at restaurants. You do not respect other people's boundaries.
I am here to admit anything that I did. Like, Destiny saying that I didn't shower while living with her mom is absolutely 100% her telling the truth. I did
Okay.
not shower while living with her mother because I could not fit in the shower.
Okay.
And it's like, for Destiny to come on here and to say that this is her healing while laughing at something as me not being able to fit in the shower, that's not healing.
Okay, but sometimes it is because some people process trauma with laughing, like getting the negative energy out. I know I'm trying to reach here for a reason that would make it rational that Destiny is doing this now, but I believe her when he says she's doing it for healing. And so the fact that she was with a person of your physical measurements and had to, like, she had to deal with the fact that she's with a girlfriend that can't even fit in the shower and still continues to eat and continues to bully her and always has to have it her way. Like, is not humble in any kind of way, is loud and obnoxious. You know, that is something that Destiny has to deal with, and you have no idea what that feels like because you're always the loud one, and the bully in the relationship, and so you can't really say that that is not part of her healing.
That's being gross. That's being rude.
No, being gross is what you did, you know, letting yourself get to a size where you couldn't fit in the shower anymore, and then when somebody states that that was the case, then you say that's gross. When you've been airing out other people's laundry for 9 years on your channel, Amber, this is not how life works.
And she knows what that's going to do. That was a part of my life that is like, everyone is going to use that as like, oh my God, that's the grossest thing in the world. Yeah.
Because it's still ongoing. Because you still don't see the necessity to take care of your body. You're sitting there again with greasy, frizzy hair because you do not care. You do not care if you stink or if you have greasy hair, you know, or if you're covered in pet hair.
Was fucking rough. Every single day I had to shower outside of the shower, if that makes sense. Some people call that a horror bath. Some people call that a hoe bath. Some people, whatever.
I don't care what they call it. It's disgusting. And if that could have stopped so many other people by saying, okay, if I don't fit in the shower anymore, maybe I should start losing weight. It didn't stop Amber. She still kept gaining.
Everyone has a different way of saying it. But that is something that I experienced. And it was because I physically could not. Like, I think I might have shown the bathtub in a vlog, because I did vlog in the bathroom, so you guys can go back and look at those, whatever it may be.
No, I'm not going to click on your videos. No thanks.
But I made sure to stay as clean as possible during that time, and it was fucking hard. It was fucking rough. I only moved to Kentucky for Destiny, and we had like no money.
You moved with her because you're a mooch. That's why.
We had like no money. I made a little bit from YouTube. I started making the most money like around the time we moved to the townhome. As soon as I was able to start making money from the job we started, as soon as I was making money from YouTube, I used that to move because the situation I was in living there with her mom was mentally and physically just so fucking hard for me. And
I can imagine that, but then why not speed the process up? Why continue going? Like for 3 months, imagine that. And the first 2 weeks might be fine, but then somebody like that drinks like that, and that is verbally abusive and on verbal collision course every night. Why did that not speed up your search for, to find a place instantly? You seem pretty content with doing your trough serial mukbang and stuff like that, You're a mooch, and that's why you stayed there. Now you don't have to play the victim for that all that much. I mean, I don't take away from her suffering there, but she could have not let it last that long. So it's up to her.
and for Destiny to like take this like personal stuff and like to sit there and like laugh about it with thousands of people, like it goes to show like her intentions, and her intentions are not to heal. Her intentions are to monetize situations and things that I went through.
That's what you've been doing, maybe. It's kind of blowing up in your face that you've been doing it on your channel with others. But you can't just sit down and take it like, hey, I've been dishing on my channel and I've monetized it, and I've been stringing people along and saying I'm gonna tell you more about that, what happened to Destiny and me in the next video. You clickbaited and monetized that, and you pocketed the money, and now you're wondering why other people do it with your life. It makes no sense. You're delusional, girl.
7-8 years ago, like almost a decade.
No, not even. No. 6 years ago is when she broke up with you. Let's say you were together for 2, so maybe 8 years, but not close to a decade. Mm-mm.
That's like me coming like it's just so crazy. It's 2023. That's like me making a video in 2030 or 2031 and being like, you guys, I have to tell you about, like, it's so crazy.
No, crazy is that you are doing it on a almost daily basis. You're airing out people's laundry. Not so much anymore because Wipey is doing something different, to where you don't dare to do it with her, but you heavily did it with Becky and with Destiny. And so it's finally coming back to you, and you're complaining about it. So how does it feel, Amber, to have your stuff aired out on the internet? How does it feel?
Like, I will never understand it.
Of course you won't. You just want to do it to others, but when it's done to you, it hurts and you don't want it done anymore, right?
Another big thing that like a lot of people keep talking about is like, well, you monetized your relationship.
You surely did. You monetized every relationship from Crystal upwards.
Every single penny that I've ever made while in a relationship with someone, besides with Feline. Feline's the only person, actually. We don't share money. We don't share a bank account. But while with Destiny, while with other people, all my money that I made was theirs.
That is a blatant lie.
Anything that I made, they made. Does that
It would make sense if it was true, but it's a lie.
make sense? So when people say, oh, well, you monetized and got all this money, so did they. They were part of it as well. They were part of the show as well. And they also got that money. They could buy whatever they wanted, spend how much they wanted.
No. I don't think so.
Like,
I mean, indeed, in the live stream that Destiny did following this one here, she did say that Amber did pay a lot, did buy a lot of things. but then, like she said before, Amber held it over people's heads. But I doubt that Amber let that be a very high amount. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if she made $2,000-3,000 a month, let's say, on YouTube, I doubt that she gave Destiny like 1,500 or whatever, or 1,000 to 1,500. I doubt it. I think she's exaggerating here, and so to me, it's lying.
They never had to ask me, nothing.
Yeah, I doubt that. I doubt that because later on in the live stream, she also said that Destiny kept asking her for money.
So it's like my channel wasn't my channel, it was our channel. And this is the first time I've ever been in a relationship where it's like, this isn't our channel, this is my channel and it's my money. And I've never had my own money. This is.
And imagine she had to live with the fact and fall asleep with the knowledge every single night that lying and clickbaiting and monetizing the drama in her life is how she makes her money. Her money that she emphasizes right now.
Literally the first time, and it's so fucking freeing that I like have my money and I have a partner who pays their way. And that's not shade towards anyone. That's just me trying to explain that, like, this whole thing about like, well, you made all this money, so did they.
Oh, they did not.
So did they.
They did not.
And it's like, even while Destiny's friend, I am able to admit when she's telling the truth, and I'm able to admit when the fuck she's lying. And when she sits there and says like, I never asked Amberlynn for money, that is a fucking lie. I have all of the phones that I've ever had. Like, this is the phone that I have.
She just got done saying that people didn't have to ask her for money. She willingly gave it, right?
Now, any other phone that I've ever had, I literally have them in my closet. I could literally plug them in. I could literally charge the damn thing, and I can go look at text messages because Destiny is a liar. She asked me for money so many times, and every single time that I said no, she would freak the fuck out. I know I'm cussing a lot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you are. But you're always showing your true face on live streams. We're used to that.
I told myself I was going to be classy, but here I am.
You do not have it in you to be classy, girl. That boat has sailed a long time ago.
She would freak out when I didn't want to give her money, and she would get mad at me.
So contradicting herself, people did have to ask for money.
We wouldn't hang out for weeks on end, months on end. And it's like the only time she wanted to ever be my friend or hang out with me. I'm going to let you guys know that anytime that you guys ever saw her on my vlog as a friend, it's because I either paid for her gas to come to me. I either Venmoed her money to come to me. I paid for whatever we did, the food, the fucking movies. I paid for everything.
Okay, now she's holding it over Destiny's head in public. And at the time when we saw Destiny and Dana coming to visit Eric, Ricky, Becky, and Destiny, it was 2018, 2019 when Amber was making a killing on YouTube. And so why is she mentioning this now? And we were saying at the time that she's buying people's friendship because nobody wants to be around her with the way she's acting and smelling and not being able to go anywhere.
If you ever saw us in a restaurant, it's because I paid. If you ever saw us going to the movies, it's because I paid. If you ever saw us at Walmart, it's because I paid.
See, and she's at the same time she's trying to make us believe that or later on in the live stream she tries to make us believe that she doesn't hold it over people's heads when she's paid for something. Okay.
If you ever saw anything, it's because I paid. And yet,
with the money that you got because you ate yourself to 600 pounds and you exploited everybody around you. That's how you made and make money.
Yes, I did that willingly because that is the person that I am. So there comes to be, in my opinion, a fine line between oh, you're using money. You're how did she say it?
Hold it over your head. You hold it over their heads.
I hold money over people's heads.
Yep.
I can understand where she is coming from because there was several times where I would, let's say an example, Destiny, we were hanging out, and she said something rude to me. You can even ask Dana. Destiny was a fucking cunt towards me, on period. I don't know if this is gonna get demonetized. I would not be surprised.
A cunt on period? What is. I've never heard that expression before.
She was so fucking rude to me. Like, you can ask Dana. So rude to me all the time.
Then why hang out with somebody like that? Amber, what does that say about you? Are you a glutton for punishment or what is going on?
And I would be like, Destiny, why do you disrespect me so much while like we're out to dinner and I'm paying for it? So if that's me holding money above someone's head, then fine. She's right. I did. I just felt so disrespected all the time.
Then why these ladies? There's no logical thinking. Why hang out with somebody that treats you so badly?
And it's like,
I mean, over and over again, it's like God gave us reason so that we can, a rational thinking so that we can understand our mistakes or situations that we're in, we don't resonate with and change them or get out of them. These victim lins here, I don't understand.
there comes a time where it's like you love someone so much, like friendship wise. Like, I've had several friends in my life where it's like I loved them and cared for them so much that I didn't care how bad they made me feel.
But that's maybe rooted in your past where your parents cared more about alcohol and drugs than about you. And maybe that is a pattern that you are reliving now by subconsciously choosing people that you do not that do not treat you well. And I'm also thinking, I had this thought the other day. I think that is why she has such a broken relationship with her audience, because she's trying to recreate the relationship she had with her parents. And that might be the reason why she's acting like such a bitch on the internet, so that people hate her, so that the hate even comes from the internet towards her, not just from her direct vicinity, but from all over the place, because she feels that she shouldn't be loved.
You accept the love you think you deserve, whether that be in relationships, whether that be in friendships, it doesn't matter. You accept what you think you deserve. And for a long time, I was only having friendships that they weren't serving me. And Destiny was one of those people. She took my money, she took my happiness, and she just made
And yet you stayed because you had eaten yourself into a fleshy prison.
me feel like shit. She left me like a fucking raisin. She just took it all. And, in vlogs, I would show this like happy side of me, and I would be
Yeah, it was fake. You always come off fake because you're trying to seem like somebody that you're not.
laughing and this and that, but like deep
Yeah, that's that cackle, that suppressed cackle that is so annoying.
down, like that shit was fake.
And yet you reaffirm to people that they are wrong when they say that you don't seem happy. You lied so often. People called you out on your fakeness, and you lied even more.
That was so fake. And it's because Destiny made me feel like shit all the time.
Then why didn't you leave her?
And people ask, why are you still friends with Dana? Because Dana never made me feel that way. Dana never made me feel like shit. Like, Destiny would be hella rude to me, and Dana would call Destiny out on her shit. Like, Dana was kind to me. She was there for me, and she still is. Dana is an amazing person, an amazing friend, and I will stand by that. And that just goes to show, like, while Dana and Destiny were together, Destiny never went on YouTube, to talk bad about me. She never shared any personal information, nothing.
No, because she was busy living her life. That's something you should have done, but you chose the path of eating and filming things that had no place being on the internet.
And now that her and Dana aren't together anymore, she's coming out with all this personal stuff that is like nobody's business.
Huh? Where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line, girl?
I also have personal things that I could say about Destiny. One comes to my mind right now that literally tears me to pieces that would make everybody hate her.
I doubt it.
But I am not that person, and I won't be that person. That is why I continue to say, like, I am only here to share my side of the story, the things that happened to me. I actually had a breakdown about this whole thing because I had a moment where I was like, no one's gonna believe me, no matter what I say.
That is correct, and I'm glad that we're actually getting to this point. I said it in my video, nobody's gonna believe her because she, at one point in time, was believable. She had her credibility on the internet. She was just a young woman that was trying to lose weight. She chose to put her weight loss journey on the internet, and she probably in situations like with Destiny's mom and being attacked, which I totally buy, I believe it. So she came home from work and that woman attacked her because she was already drunk. Oh, who knows, right? And so she decided, oops, I need money faster. I need to lie on the internet to attract more views. That is what she decided to do. Nobody held a gun to her head and said, start lying and start stirring the pot and start initiating drama where there is none. Nobody did that. She decided it all by herself, has nothing to do with her childhood, only with her greed for money and her laziness and her unwillingness to go to work. She decided that. So she shot her credibility to hell just by thinking it's a good idea to put all of these things on the internet, including her half-naked ex-girlfriend, you know, and airing out other people's dirty laundry.
No one is gonna believe me because, like,
you've lied too much. For 9 years you've lied for money in order to have an income that you call your money.
It's so easy to hate me. Like,
It is very easy to hate you. You're very punchable and unlikable.
I am a villain, and I am trying to leave that, but people...
No, you're not. You are not trying to leave that image behind, Amber, because you're still lying up to this day. You're still, in this very live stream, you're gonna lie about, I'm not gaining, I'm in a good place and stuff like that. You can't stop lying. You cannot stop trying to put up a front because you try to seem like a different person than you actually are. That's why you're so hateable.
Have made me a villain, and it's like, no matter what I do, no matter what type of content I make, no matter what I talk about, I will always be that person because it's so fucking easy for Amberlynn Reed to be the villain.
Because you are the villain, because you still haven't stopped, you still haven't started being authentic and real. This here in this live stream, and only bits of it, is the realest I have seen you in I don't know how long.
And it's like, I was talking about it with Feline, where it's like, no matter what I do, people think I'm manipulating, whether that be...
Because that's what you've been doing. And you haven't stopped. And so, of course, people think that you are doing it.
I come on here and I'm happy. I'm manipulating my audience. I come on here and I'm vulnerable. And I cry. I'm manipulating my audience.
No, it's just your stories don't add up. They don't add up. You think we have a low IQ like you, and that's why we can't put 2 and 2 together. And so when you tell bullshit stories, we can call you out on it. Plus, Amber, you should really Google the word empath and what that means. And there are people that can feel when somebody is telling the truth and when they are not. Right? We all have sensors in us that tell us, oh, wait a minute, something is off here, something is wrong here. And that happens when they watch you. It happens to a lot of people because you are so fake and not authentic at all.
There's never like a chance for me to just be me and to just be raw and honest, and for it to just be like, this is it, this is exactly how Amberlynn feels, and this is the truth. And
But you're talking about her in the third person. This is how Amberlynn feels. Your name is not even Amberlynn, and you have people call you Amberlynn. Your name is Amber Reed. You know, I don't know, girl. You have a lot of work to do, and I mean real work, not pseudo work, not pretend work that you pretend to be doing concerning a therapy. You have to disappear for at least a few months, if not a year, and completely reinvent yourself because you're completely gone.
I never get that chance.
You get that chance every single time you turn that camera on, and you continue to decide to be fake and to troll your audience and to lie to them.
And I'm afraid I never will. But all I literally can do is just be myself.
That is not yourself. That is a food addict trying to continue to have an income, to be able to continue to overeat.
And to share my side of the story.
You got to share your side of the story on your channel for 9 years, and now somebody comes out and talks about that time or a certain time in your past, and you're getting that worked up over it. I don't know, girl. You have work to do.
And it's like, I'm not here to sit here and lie. I'm not here to
that's what people believed in the past, but then you proved them wrong.
sit here and or any of that, because you know how easy it would be for me to say, yeah, I showered, she's a fucking liar. Like, you know how hard it is for me, like in front of over 2,000 people, to sit here and say for a few months I was not able to like get in the shower as like a normal modern day person. I was not able to do that because of my size.
Because it would damage your credibility even more if you try to lie about it now. The least you can do is admit to it. The least you can do.
Do you know how hard that is? And it's like,
How hard that is? You've showed blood clots on hospital floors or emergency room floors. You show yourself half naked. You show your boobs bouncing around. You talk about pooping your pants. You're losing your teeth. You're talking about that. You have no boundaries, girl. Absolutely no self-respect. You put all of that on the internet. So what you're saying right now, miss me with that.
I just want my side to also be known, and it's just like,
We've known your side, and you are a notorious habitual or a what is the last word that somebody said in the comments? Pathological liar. Nobody believes you anymore. You had so many chances to come clean on things and then not lie about them again, and you did over and over again.
like I know deep down that like thousands and thousands of people are only going to believe. It says that ads are gonna start. I don't know what that means. Sorry.
See, she's totally ridiculous.
If ads start, I'm sorry, I don't know what that means.
Imagine how much time I would have had to spend on this live stream if I had cut everything out. That makes no sense.
I mean, I know what that means, but I've never seen that happen before. So it's like, no matter what I do, it's like, sorry, I just read someone calling me a victim, and it's like, that's just a perfect example of that. No matter what I do or say, to to some people, I will only ever be that, a victim.
Not a victim, also a liar, a glutton, somebody without any moral ethics, somebody that never has any remorse, shame, or guilt. The list is endless. You represent a lot of really bad character traits, and you portray them on your channel.
Is no matter what I do, like I talk about this in therapy. Like I talk about YouTube in therapy. I do. Because it's not like there comes a time where it's like things just get too hard.
And that's when you distance yourself from it, but you never do that because you've created a life for yourself where you have to lie for a living in order to be able to overeat every single day.
Like I want to be able to read my comments without feeling like I'm about to have an anxiety attack.
Okay, but the solution to the problem is you continue being a bitch on your channel and you run to Instagram where you can filter what you allow in your personal bubble, what you respond to, because you can't handle your comment section anymore. If I was you, I'd be thinking, maybe I should change something about myself so that the reflection in my comment section changes, but no. Not for a sociopath or a narcissist. It's always everybody else's fault.
I shouldn't have to feel that way.
No, but you decided to lie and to manipulate people for years. You've completely broken your audience in the sense that some people were, or are essentially good people, but they want to see you fail just because you've been so mean on your channel and so dishonest and not following up on things, announcing things you're not gonna do, clickbait with things you never did, And that puts people into a bitter state of mind, and now you're trying to fix the effect of what you've done instead of fixing the image you portray.
And I feel like this big disconnect between me and my audience. Like there are things I want to talk about and things I want to do, and like.
But you can't be honest, and so what difference does it make? If you ever stopped lying and started being authentic, then maybe the relationship with your audience would get better.
All this stuff, and it's like the best way I can describe it is like, imagine inviting 10 people over to your home and 9 of them just treat you like shit. You don't want to keep inviting them over. So I'm having a hard time, I'm just having a hard time.
Because you do not understand it. Guys, it shows on her face. Now she's reading comments instead of finishing that thought. She doesn't have she has the attention span of a, 3-year-old, 5-year-old. She would like to eliminate the haters from her comments or from her audience so that all she can do is bullshit the people that want to believe that she is telling the truth. That's what she wants. That's her delusional world, and it's not happening, and she doesn't get it. She hasn't got it for 9 years now.
I'm just having a hard time. And it's like that one person out of the 10 who loves me and supports me. I want to just keep them. I want to keep them.
Then grab a couple of supporters and get off the internet. There's a solution for you. But that would mean that you would have to actually work for a living and be functional in this society. You wouldn't just be able to run your mouth and say the majority of things you say on the internet you wouldn't say to our faces. But you've created yourself a world of flesh prison, and also you're stuck in your apartment and you're running your mouth in front of a camera when in real life you wouldn't say 5% of the things you're saying here.
And I want them to stay, and I want to talk to them and show them my life and
deceive them and never hear from them that you're a liar. Yeah, sure. I can imagine that.
Tell them all these good things, but then also share the bad. And it's like the other 9 people, they make me feel so bad. I don't even want to speak.
Then don't speak anymore. Get off the internet.
And I talk about this in therapy, and
Do you tell your therapist, if there is one, what kind of a person you are on the internet?
my therapist has made me realize that, like, stop filming for the haters.
Now, there's a statement coming from Amber Reed. Stop filming for the haters. So you troll, manipulate, and lie on purpose because you're trying to pay people back for not believing you? Is that what's going on? Is that why you just said that?
Stop filming for the trolls. And it's so much easier said than done.
So she does film for the trolls. By trolling.
So much easier. It's insane. And I am working on that, and I am getting better with that, and I know
Are you though?
I'm improving, but it's still so hard. Me and my therapist also talked about cake gate. We did.
Did you tell the truth, Amber? Did you?
And, you know, so many people disagreed with the way that I handled cake gate, even myself.
Absolutely.
To this day, I wish I would have just thrown away the food. Given away the food.
There's a parallel dimension where you could have done your due diligence, right? Like, check the entire package, realize that it was sent by somebody. You could have contacted the company. They could have told you who sent it. You could have contacted them and said, okay, what is the message you're trying to send me? Like, I've been pretending to be on a weight loss journey, even though I'm not losing any weight. I'm basically just gradually gaining. So why would you send me cake? I would like to understand. But no, none of this happened. She just turned on the camera and ranted.
Not showing it on camera. And the way I handled it, I don't even agree with.
What do you think you did wrong?
I wish I would have done it differently.
How?
But the way I feel about the situation still stays the same.
See, always being vague. It's just useless to listen to her.
And my therapist agrees with the way that I feel.
I doubt it.
Like, you should not send someone trying to get weight loss surgery food.
Well, Amber, you've been gradually gaining weight. All you do is talk about weight loss, but you do not practice any of the things that you say. There's a big clash between what you say about nutrition, diet, healthy choices, and look at yourself sitting there. At, I don't care what your weight is right now, but you are not losing weight.
And a lot of people wanted me to put like a disclaimer on my videos. And ever since I've done that, I've gotten more food. Ever since I have started saying, don't send me food, I have gotten even more. I have gotten honey buns. I have gotten ho-hos. I've gotten like this whole huge bag of like little tiny candies. Like,
that's what happens when you treat your audience without respect, see? Then it just comes back to you.
I have gotten Hawaiian cake. Like, it has been the most random foods. And it's ever since I started putting the disclaimer, don't send me food. I will not be talking about Snowflake. I absolutely despise him.
How can you despise somebody that you don't even know? Mr. Snowflake is so likable and he's so eloquent, so funny. He does his due diligence, he does the work. And he just, my God, how can you despise somebody like that?
And everything that he is.
Everything that he is. Her statements. Wow. She must really hate humanity.
He is by far the worst reactor there is.
No, he is not. He's almost like a reporter. Yes, he does state his personal opinion, but in kind of a charming way, you know?
And I say that because of some of the thumbnails that he does.
Because of some of the thumbnails that he does? Have you ever watched any of his videos? Watch the Shape by the Algorithm docu-series on Amber Lynn Reid. Watch it.
And bringing up things the way that I was 15 years ago.
But it's still on the internet. Amber, if you had deleted all your statuses on Facebook or all the conversations you had on Ask FM and so forth, delete all, I dare you to delete all videos from 2019 backwards to 2013. I dare you to do that. But as long as you leave it up, it's fair game. And it was you documenting your life. And yes, you lied a lot, but you left it up, and so you must still resonate with what you said in those videos and what you did.
He is disgusting.
No, he is not. How can you even say that? How can somebody like you say that somebody like Mr. Snowflake is disgusting? That'll only get you more enemies,
And that's all I will say about him.
Good.
Am I still taking that psychology course? I am.
Not learning anything from it, though.
Do I have siblings? Yes, I have 3 younger brothers. 2 of them were put into close adoption. One found us a few years ago, and the other one, I have no idea where he is. Is your life boring? I wouldn't say it's boring. It's very calm. Besides, certain things that are happening in my life, but it's calm.
Yeah, it's calm because you never challenge yourself. You never get out of the comfort zone. You make your comfort zone even larger on a daily basis. You think you're safe there in your little bubble in the apartment in Lexington, Kentucky, where you don't have to go anywhere, where the paid caretaker brings you the P.O. box packages, and where the Uber driver brings you food, or Uber Eats, all that stuff. That could all go away. And you're not prepared for it because you can't even walk down the street to park. You've eaten yourself into this prison. And so boring, yeah, it's not just a quiet, calm life. It's a boring life without any challenges, without any progress, and with mental and physical and spiritual decline.
Where am I from? That's also a loaded question. I was born in Key West, Florida, but I grew up in Sonoma County, California.
Good.
How are you today? I mean, honestly, when I take away like the bullying and the harassment from YouTube, I'm actually so good. When I take away the fact that I have an ex who's like kind of obsessed with me, and
She's not obsessed with you, honey. Don't flatter yourself.
shares personal details, even though I won't do the same, I'm actually so good.
So good. Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I saw clips of Destiny's live stream.
You watched the whole thing. Why lie about that?
Her laughing at the way that I used to smell while saying that that's her way of healing is fucking disgusting.
No, you know what's disgusting? Smelling like you apparently have been for years, because you don't care about your appearance and about your body odor or anything else. You don't care about people around you. That's why they constantly have to inhale all these particles in the air of decaying, I don't know what. I think that Destiny was laughing or smiling or whatever when she talked about these things because she's ashamed of being with somebody that smells like that.
Because I'm going to explain something. If you go back and you listen to what Destiny said, she said that while I was with her, I didn't smell. And then she said that I also did not smell, like, okay, this is so embarrassing.
Yeah, it is embarrassing because you are sitting on the internet pretending to have 218,000 subscribers when at the same time your videos don't exceed 40,000 views, and that is already including people leaving several comments, and you're talking about stuff like that.
I can't even. Okay. Oh, this is hard to talk about. From 2018 to, God, when did I get my hysterectomy? 2020 or 2021? I'm like losing my mind.
2020.
I'm actually losing my mind.
You are. Your memory sucks. Sorry, guys, I should have cut this out.
I think it was 2020.
Yeah,
I'm so dumb. I don't
Yeah.
even remember.
yeah.
But from the point of sometime in 2018 to, I'm pretty sure it was 2020 where I got my hysterectomy. Let's see. Thank you, Allison. Oh my God.
Move on.
Woo.
Move on.
I bled, and this is so embarrassing. And the fact that I have to even talk about this is so fun.
Just you don't even have to go on, but just the fact that you just admitted to bleeding for 2 years shows how much self-hatred you have. That you never saw a doctor for that.
Fucking horrible. And the fact that Destiny can just like laugh about it is like so fucked up.
It's probably nervous giggle, nervous laughter because admitting to having been with somebody like you is kind of it's not easy to admit.
This is also something that I talked about with Eric and Ricky, and Becky. Like, I don't want to talk about them. I don't want to bring
Okay,
them up.
just
I'm not here to talk
whatever.
bad about
What do
them.
you
I
want to
love them all,
say?
and I hope they're all doing amazing. But while I had cancer,
You didn't.
I bled for 2.5 years, and it had, oh my God. This is so fucking triggering, and the fact that my ex thinks it's so fucking funny. Oh, I'm just healing. I'm just healing. I'm laughing about a cancer system, a cancer person's like fucking cancer system. Oh my God, I can't even talk.
Symptoms, but you didn't have any because you didn't have cancer. You probably have it now.
Symptom. Oh my God, see, I'm like shaking. What I'm trying to say is like,
I think oh my God, I should have cut out the last 2 minutes. Actually, I think she's probably referring to Destiny saying in the live stream that they be in Eric's and Ricky's house where she lived with Becky. They pulled a mattress out into the living room and put towels over it because she was bleeding so hard from her lady parts. I think this is what she's trying to say.
one of my symptoms of cancer, I mean, put two and two together. So
That was an idiotic statement.
after that, after I had my hysterectomy, that stopped. Like, I feel like I can't even like say it out loud because it's like so
The bleeding stopped.
embarrassing. And the fact that my ex is like, I almost feel like obligated, like I have to do this, and it's like so unfair to me.
It's unfair to you that Destiny was with Becky was with a person that was bleeding from the lady parts for 2.5 years without seeing the necessity to go see a doctor and say, I'm in trouble. That is unfair to you. It only exposes you for who you are.
I just feel like no matter what I say, like I just got done saying, like, My ex's mom abused me, but I'm lying. I was diagnosed with cancer. I'm lying.
You were lying, yeah.
I was sexually assaulted when I was 7 by a cousin. Lie.
I don't know about that, but you keep changing your versions. You keep changing details about the stories you tell, and Mr. Snowflake is doing a pretty good job at calling you out on your lack of honesty, you know. You are not talking to a couple of friends in your living room right now. You've been talking to thousands of people on the internet, and you're not aware of that. You pocketed the money, but you never wondered what consequences that would have. You know, that people actually heard what you said and saw what you did in your videos.
It's just...
Or read what you left for statuses on Facebook or statements on Ask FM.
Those 3 things are fucking already so hard to say out loud.
Why you always clickbaited and monetized dramatic things. You enjoy the hell out of it because you're laughing all the way to the bank.
And it's like, I don't know. It's just hard.
Hard. That's a hard life. Lying for a living and having this much money at your disposal and nothing to show for it. Nothing but a huge body. And shot credibility.
The Mountain Dew can story did not happen. I can say that. Even while me and Destiny were friends, she would bring that up, and I would say that did not happen.
I don't really care. That was like 6 years ago. 6.5 years ago.
Like, I do remember there being a time where this was when I was doxxed for the first time ever in my life, and it just felt so scary. And, you know, I had really bad anxiety going on because of that, and just...
Why is it so scary when you're not doing anything that you feel guilty of? Oh, look at the freeze frame. When you have, you know, nothing to feel guilty about. I mean, I keep forgetting you have no remorse, shame, or guilt. And so you probably live in a constant state of anxiety that people are coming into your real life that confront you about what you've been doing on the internet for 9 years.
Because of just, like, you know, my mental illness. And, you know, I wasn't medicated at the time. I didn't see a therapist at the time, like nothing like that. And she wanted to leave, and I was like really scared because it was like the day after I was doxxed. And I was telling Destiny, like, no, please don't go. I don't even remember there being an argument. So I don't remember that happening. I'm not a violent person at all.
That's all she's got from the whole deal that Destiny was talking about when she started throwing hands at her, and she threw the can at the car, and she threatened to self-harm. That's all she remembers? Okay.
Am I okay? When I turn off this live stream, I'll be okay, yes.
Yeah, and tell me one more time how you love being on YouTube, how you love your job.
When I forget that YouTube is a thing, I'm okay, yes.
Tell me one more time how you love your YouTube job.
One day I'm going to stop uploading.
This day should come sooner than later. Should rather come sooner than later. Because you are in need of professional help.
One day. I think about this like a lot. I just don't know when, and I don't know.
You're gonna have to let go of the thought that you don't have to work for a living and you can just lie in order to have money.
I don't know how my life would look after that, but...
Totally different, I can assure you that. The real world is harsh.
I know that YouTube isn't forever. It's...
No, it's not, and you completely ruined it. You could have made so much of your channel and you chose to just drive it against the wall.
Not realistic, first of all. And
It is realistic if you're being authentic, but you don't know how to do that. And so I guess it's over for you, right?
it's like I have improved so much.
No, you have not. You have gained weight. That's all you have increased or gained.
Like mentally, that like sometimes it just feels like war.
Because you have not made any progress, Amber. It feels like war because you think everybody should automatically respect you no matter how much you lie, clickbait, manipulate, and monetize the drama in your life. And then you feel bitter about the comments and how people come at you, and then you think it's a war. This is what's going wrong in your head.
And chaos. And I don't want anything like that in my life.
Yeah, then you should leave YouTube because you kind of wrecked this good thing you had.
Weight loss surgery update. I don't have one right now. In the beginning, it was very much like constant appointment, constant. And now it's like, it's this weird lull period because the therapy.
And no weight loss at all. Instead, she gains, and she thinks that's normal.
You look like you've been on the path of gaining. Nope.
That's all she has to say. She knows exactly she's gaining.
I think the binge monster was very much like an excuse for like a food addiction. Like if I was craving, like if my food addiction was like craving chocolate or something and I couldn't get it, like it gave me anxiety, like massive anxiety, because I felt like I had to have it.
That is also strange. How she just said she couldn't get it. The reason why she couldn't get it is because she allowed herself to get so big that she can't drive a car anymore. I don't think it's a driving anxiety or the fear, even though I believe that exists, guys. I'm not denying that at all. But her legs are too big to operate a standard-sized vehicle, right? She could have driven herself to a store and gotten herself chocolate. She had the money. She could have gotten an Uber if she had fit into any standard-sized car to Walmart or to the next convenience store and gotten herself chocolate, but she couldn't. And so she was harping on poor Becky to get it for her at all hours of the day and night. And again, it is everybody else's fault, not hers. It was the binge monster's fault. Okay.
Food addiction is like scary as shit.
Yeah, but if you eat yourself into a fleshy prison, then you don't have to wonder why you cannot do anything to get certain substances, certain foods at certain hours of the day, right?
You're not getting the surgery. It's been 10 years. It hasn't been 10 years since I wanted weight loss surgery.
It has been. It was actually 2013, the first year of you uploading on YouTube when you mentioned it the first time.
It's been 5 months.
6 months. It's been the end of October, so Halloween. So, no, was it the end of November? Let's say the end of November. So it was December, January, February, March, April, May. 6 months. 6 full months.
So I'm on the right path.
No, you're not. You're not even losing any weight.
How are you confused on why people dislike you when you treated Becky like garbage on live stream and continue to do so after you broke up? I have apologized for that personally, privately, publicly, in every sort of way. My hurt, my pain, my confusion, my embarrassment, my fear, it all were perfect ingredients for me to like lash out and I have apologized.
So she has apologized. I never heard an apology from her concerning how she was treating Becky like shit in those subsequent live streams after the breakup. And also, what she just mentioned is the fear, possibly one of the fears being the fear of being alone, and that's why she threw herself in the arms of the next person, which ended up to be her paid caretaker. That happens to be polyamorous, and now she's completely screwed.
Multiple times.
I wonder what Becky would say to that. That Amber has apologized for that.
Why did you treat the woman who sent you the bread so disgracefully? You say you have a good heart, but your actions constantly prove otherwise.
I absolutely agree.
How I reacted was not okay. I was very, very angry. And the way I reacted was not okay. And I do apologize for that, but I still feel that it was sent from a bad spot.
Absolutely hopeless. Hopeless.
I do. Apologizing does not erase the crappy things you do. The people you hurt may forgive you, but we're left to remember those actions and dislike you for it. I absolutely agree, but there comes a time where it's like growth needs to happen.
Exactly, and then you would actually have to act differently moving on, moving forward, right? But you never do. That's why the hate for you never stops.
And people need to move on.
People don't have to move on. They do not have to move on. They see you. They've been watching you. Some of them for 9 years, and they see what kind of a person you are. And some of them, it's even morbid curiosity by now. How you're gonna lie yourself out of the next drama? You know, it's not even, oh, how's Amber doing? You know, the supporters. I think that is only a small percentage of people.
I think a really good example is like me moving on from like my past.
You in this very live stream you were talking about your past, and talking about experiences from years ago, and you've moved on from your past.
Whew, it's hard, but it needs to happen for growth to happen.
Yeah, yeah. I don't even know what to say to that anymore. I don't even know where to begin. That girl has absolutely no idea what she has done on the internet that has made her elicit so much hate.
Was I lying about the seatbelt being broken? See, I don't remember that.
Oh, conveniently enough, there's a video clip of where you said it.
Like I said, I'm here to answer anything and to clarify anything. I do not remember the seatbelt part, so I can't even answer to that. I'm sorry.
I don't recall, Your Honor. That gives a court trial vibe. Thankfully, again, there's a video clip or several video clips where she stated, sitting in the car, that she couldn't use the seatbelt in Destiny's car because it was broken.
Oh, the breaking up story. Oh my God, I was gonna get off of here, but I forgot all about that. Her ass lied in that, like, hard. That's where she lied. Oh my God. I'm just gonna make this short, sweet, and to the point because it's just too much. So, oh yeah, and she lied about how supposedly she didn't want me to quit my job. Liar. She did want me to quit. She wanted me to work on YouTube just as much as I wanted to. So don't let her, no. Anyways, so the whole breaking up thing. So when Destiny would go to work, she would work 12-hour shifts. It was a lot. And the driving, the commuting, et cetera, she was like never home ever. And she worked 6 days a week. And that's the job that I did too. But like I said, I did quit because it was a lot of anxiety. And
so she quit the job that would have given her the opportunity to be with Destiny more. You know, just a commute maybe would have made it possible for her. But she decided, because of her laziness, to rather sit at home with the camera in her face and being bored all day long. What a slap in the face of Destiny, you know? And so she quit the job, so it's her own fault.
Quit, but I quit. Oh, and I love that she confirmed that I quit, because there was a whole scandal at the time where supposedly someone I worked with said that I got fired and they were there to see it. But I'm glad that she was able to clarify that that's not what happened, because that's not what happened. I've never been fired from a job. So
You haven't really had many. And the ones you did have, you didn't take very seriously. It came across when you were filming at work.
anyways, every lunch I wanted I wanted Destiny to call me for literally, it could have been 30 seconds. It could have been 10 seconds. It could have been 15. It could have been 10 minutes. I didn't care how long. I wanted either like a text or like a call, just to be like, I love you. My day's been good. That's all. That's all. Because I was home alone 24/7.
That's all she wanted. You see how she's phrasing things? That's all she wanted. She didn't say that's all I asked for. That's all I needed. That's all I was wishing for. No, that's all I wanted. So she demanded things.
So, from your partner, just to a real quick, I love you text message, or a real quick call. I had a lot of anxiety. Like I said, I was being doxxed around that time. I was super anxious, home alone all the time.
Then why not focus on your YouTube channel? That's something I never get.
I was just going through a hard time. And my abandonment issues mixed with Destiny cheating on me emotionally, where I did see text messages where she was flirting with Dana. That is why Dana stopped talking to Destiny, because Dana knew that was wrong.
Okay, that I actually believe. I don't know how she saw the text messages. And Destiny, after being caught, probably. Remember how Destiny said in a video that she deleted the chatting app or the messenger app when she wasn't using it. So she was hiding things from Amber.
And around that time, that is when Destiny started getting distant from me, and I started feeling it. It's because she was upset that the person that she was emotionally cheating on me with was now no longer communicating. Destiny worked together, but Destiny was now emotionally cheating on me with someone named Jay, because I'm not going to say their real name. I'm not going to get them involved. And so I was feeling like, okay, I have a partner who is emotionally cheating on me with two females. That is making me uncomfortable. They work together. So it was just like, I don't know. It was a fucking lot. She was hiding a lot from me, and it was making me I was scared.
But she was gone for like 12 plus hours a day because she was still working and you were not. I'm not trying to justify what Destiny did, but isn't it a little bit your own fault? You decided to sit your ass at home, right?
Like, I was in love with Destiny. I thought she was like going to be my wife. Like, hi. So
Control is never the answer.
and just knowing that, like, I was so loyal to her and I did everything for her that she needed, like, and that she was doing that behind my back, like, was hard. So when she was at work and she lied to me because she was hanging out with the girl that she was cheating on me with. So when I found out, of course I'm going to feel some type of way. Like, my girlfriend is emotionally cheating on me and lied to me about being around the person that she was cheating on me with. So I ended up getting really, really, really upset. And because I was like hiding all of this pain inside. I was just letting her do the emotional cheating. Like, it was hurting. And I knew
No, you were stuffing your face all day long and you even filmed it.
she was doing it, but it's like, I didn't want to lose her. So I finally spoke upon it and I said, Destiny, you're literally lying to me. You're spending time with this person that...
So imagine you're, let's say, 450 pounds and you're getting the feeling that the person that is your spouse that is working 12 plus hours a day, plus, getting to work and from work, that time, you get the feeling that they're becoming more distant, and your automatic reaction is, let me make myself even more unattractive by stuffing my face all day long and by being a controlling biatch. That is what's going on in Amber's head.
You were emotionally cheating on me with. And Destiny, I guess, flipped a lid. She ended up turning off her phone. I couldn't contact her. She ended up hanging out with a friend that she had at the time. She came home super late. It was like 4 a.m. I was bawling my eyes out because I thought she was like maybe hooking up with this person. I had no idea. Like,
Okay, but Destiny's version is that she had already broken up with you over the phone.
we're in a relationship. Like, we had boundaries. Completely lost respect for her. Like, it was the whole nine.
And why didn't you move out?
So in my head, I was like, okay, so she emotionally was cheating. Is she now physically cheating? So when she came home, like, I was crying. I was like distraught because I very much have like hardcore trauma. Like
nobody else on the entire planet. We know, Amber. Nobody's had a rough childhood or rough relationships. Nobody. Just you.
like being abandoned. I was afraid she wasn't going to come home. Like, it was just like a mess because I was in love with her. I was loyal to her. So when she finally came home, like I said, I was crying, all this stuff. And I remember I looked at her and because she was just acting so weird. I looked at her and I said, "Are you breaking up with me?" And I remember this verbatim. She says, "I guess I am." And that is literally how she broke up with me, because I was calling her out on her shit while she was at work. She was emotionally cheating on me. She was lying to me. She was hanging out with the person that she was emotionally cheating on me with. Yes, I was very codependent with Destiny, and
And you were very much bullying her and blackmailing her.
can admit that. I can absolutely admit that. I will admit that 100%. Her loyalty left the window. Her respect for me left the window, left the room.
Went out the window.
Like, she did not care. And that was hurting me. That was breaking me. And I was being gaslit so hard by her. Like, before I even knew what that word meant, now everyone uses that word. But looking back now, it's like I was being gaslit. I was disrespected. I was being mentally and emotionally like abused, fucked with. Like, it was not okay. And so I finally stood my ground, and she broke up with me for that. So, and then literally the day after she broke up with me, she tried to.
And then imagine she still wants for Destiny to sleep in the same bed with her. If you feel this abused and this little understood and this disrespected, how can you even think about being in the same room with a person? I know there are circumstances under which that would be possible, but I cannot come up with any.
Hook up with this girl. She tried to hook up with Jay. So, and she said, "Yeah, I don't want to be with anyone. I don't want to hook up with anyone. I just want to work on myself, and I want you to work on you, and like we could possibly get back together." And it was like 5 days later, her and Dana are now talking, flirting, this and that, and me and Destiny ended up having sex together. So it's like, while she was talking to Dana,
Talking about things that don't belong on the internet.
she just got done talking with Jay, and then while she was also talking to Dana, but then she was also hooking up with her ex, which was me. Like, Destiny is a cheater who is still actively, I don't know if she's doing it behind her fiance's back, but Dana, I'm sorry, please do not get mad at me. Destiny is unblocking Dana randomly and sending her messages trying to talk to her. Like, currently, to this day.
Now she's just trying to stir the pot so that Lexus will... I don't know. I don't even care. These ladies and their sex life and all the dirty laundry aired in public. This is not how you do it, guys.
Like last night, Destiny is a fucking cheater. Whether it be physically, emotionally, that's how we met. Was she was cheating on a girl. Oh, and by the way, in the live stream, or in a video, I don't fucking know. Destiny said how I messaged her ex from California. Yeah, I messaged her to apologize because I didn't fucking know she had a girlfriend. Like I said, I never come from a bad place, even at that time. I messaged her. I wish I still had the messages. And I said,
Wait a minute, earlier in this live stream you said you still have all the phones. You have them in a closet and you can easily hook them up, recharge them, and pull up these messages. Those messages you don't have? Okay, liar Lynn.
I am so sorry. I had no idea. Like, Destiny is a cheater. She is a liar. She is known for these things. But yet people are on her side. People have always hated Destiny. But the minute that Destiny says Amber Lynn didn't shower for 2 months, she's all of a sudden loved. It is disgusting. And the people who believe her, I want you all out of my life. I want you blocked. I want you gone.
Sweetie, if everybody that doesn't believe you anymore and doesn't respect you left your channel, you'd be talking to a camera without anybody looking at what you have to say.
And that includes the reaction channels. You're here for ill intent.
No, we are not.
You're not here for the truth.
Yes, we are, but you are incapable, for whatever reason, you're incapable of telling the truth. And you rant about Destiny being a liar and a cheater. You are a liar, a notorious liar. You couldn't tell the truth. You couldn't tell the truth if your income depended on it. If all of a sudden YouTube, you know, a representative of YouTube knocked at your door and said, okay, Amber, this is what's going to have to happen. You've lied for 9 years. How about we attach something to your wrist now, and every time you tell a lie, that thing flashes a red light or yellow light or whatever, and so you won't be able to lie on your channel anymore. Amber would not be able to tell the truth to save her channel. I'm not even saying save her soul anymore, because that ship has sailed. But yeah, you know, it's never too late. That was an exaggeration. But she could not tell the truth to save her soul, so she's a liar, and that's why people don't believe her anymore. And Destiny has not lied as often. And it's like we're sitting here as the audience thinking, okay, there's a liar, cheater, you know, that has no moral ethics, and then there's another one that non-stop lies, and we have to choose between two bowls of shit. That's what happens when everybody can shove a camera in their face.
And I'm not going to deal with that. I have made too much progress in therapy to do.
No, you have not made progress, girl. You sound just like you did years ago, and you're still making the same mistakes in public as of now in this live stream.
Deal with that. Period.
You still sound like a middle schooler. You still have the same nonverbal cues, as in you're not telling the truth. You're giving off an unauthentic vibe. You have not progressed in any way.
I am not here to lie.
Yes, you are, because you think that gets you more views.
I'm not here to gaslight. I'm here.
Yes, that's what you do non-stop on your channel.
Here to tell the truth.
No, you are not. That is another lie.
Well, Destiny's here to make a buck.
So are you. That's why you started your stupid YouTube channel, because you wanted to make a buck.
Like, that is what she's doing.
That is what you're doing, so who are you to call her out?
And she's a known, like I said, she's a known gaslighter, cheater, liar.
So are you. You are a notorious liar and pathological liar. Alright, so this was the last one. So I'm going to cut it off here. I'm at 1 hour 40 minutes roughly. And so I told you my opinion. Let me know yours in the comments below and we'll have a discussion. I'm not going to be reacting to not even parts of Destiny's live stream. I watched it as I was doing stuff around here. But no, I'm not going to react to that. I find it very cringy what the girlies are doing. I know it's all for views, and God, you know, more power to them. Maybe Amber's channel will recover a little bit from the downslope, or you know, maybe her views will increase a little bit with all this drama. But I'm not into it. I can't stand liars, and they both seem to be lying. I mean, come on. And so yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go. I hope everybody has a great weekend. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my Sunday afternoon, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.